Hello, my name is Nigel Peregrine, Maverick Loss Adjuster, Insurance Juggernaut, Professional Bastard. How you doing? At the time of recording this, we've just got over Storm Eunice in UK, so no doubt it's balls to the wall now, non-stop carnage for all adjusters at the moment, while roofers, of course, are rubbing their grubby little heads together, booking their next cruise. Stay strong, you bloody juggernauts. And also for those of you crumb-covered keyboard cretins, you know, it's going to get busy for you and all, so I sympathise. But go easy on the adjusters, yeah? We've all got to stick together through this, so for adjusters, a little tip for you. This is where the drive-by adjusting works quite well. But Storm Eunice, Storm Eunice, the strongest Eunice since Eunice Hut, who won the Gladiators Female Champion of Champions in the 90s. Yeah, do you remember that? She won a Jeep and then became a stunt woman. I wish the same rules that apply today could have applied back then. Because, I'd have gone on Gladiators, yeah. But I'd have identified as a bird. Oh, yeah. Me versus Jet on that game where they swing on the rings. For those of you who don't know who Jet is, she was the best looking one. Gorgeous, she was. So flexible. Yeah, she was good on that game, on the rings, where you got to swing across, you got to get to the other side, the gladiators got to catch you, wrap themselves around you, and try and shake you off. Yeah. Bloody love a go at that, yeah. With Jet. Of course, I'm not stupid. Most people would chalk their hands up, wouldn't they, to get the grip, but not me. No. I'd be super gluing my hands to those rings like a bastard Insulate Britain protester. Jet'd be trying to get me off. Oh, yeah. The presenters, Ulrika Johnson, she'd be freaking out. John Fashanu, he'd probably be shouting a wooga. I'd be going, shut up! I'm a bloody bird! Carry on, Jet, love. Go on. What was the name of that game now? Hang Tough. Yeah. I don't know about hang tough. Bloody hang hard. I've not thought about it much, honest. No. Maybe before I go to sleep, some nights. Sometimes first thing in the morning. That's all. Is that really wrong? Is it wrong? I'm a man. I'm a human being. Anyway, the reason for this episode is that I reached out to the followers on the Facebook and the LinkedIn as I reflected on my time in the public domain, right, in the public eye, as opposed to being in the public's crosshairs. 7 shitting years. Can you believe it? Already. Started off as a blog, sharing the harrowing and underappreciated carnage of fighting on the front line of insurance, offering an insight into the dark underworld of the often misunderstood and stigmatized world of insurance. Then I joined the Facebook, then the LinkedIn, then I did a shitting podcast, the odd video here and there. I've had some interaction, some back and forths with the followers, giving away prizes, tried to raise a few quid for a charity. I've been reflecting on it all. I also asked the community if you'd like to hear yours truly react to some Loss Assessor videos on the YouTube, and I'm feeling triggered already. It was unanimous. Loads of you said yes, abso-shitting-lutely. We want to see you respond to some Loss Assessor videos on the YouTube. So, full disclosure, I've had to psych myself up for this. So, I've got myself a fresh pint of homebrew with me. I call it subsidence. Because if you don't monitor what's going on, one minute you think you're all right, the next minute you've shitting collapsed. Unless you got someone to hold you up. So cheers. I would say it's a very a very tender taste. It's quite bold, but still quite subtle at the same time. And it burns on the way down. The most important thing is it's going to get me shit-faced, which is the most important thing. Subsidence. Right. Shall we crack on? Let's do the first one, shall we? Right. Right, so this first video is called What is a Loss Assessor? And just a black screen. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Is it just going to be like the start of Star Wars where you get scrolling words or something? Or, I'm expecting big things here. Big things. Right, let's see what happens.
Making an insurance claim can be a challenging and time-consuming process.
Right, nothing. It looks like there's no video, no expense spared here for this Loss Assessor video. So just darkness. Maybe it was filmed in a power cut. I don't know. We're just looking into the black void of nothingness. It's like looking deep into the soul of a loss assessor. Yeah. This is where you'd normally find moral integrity and, ethical standards. But nothing. Shame. Let's crack on. Here we go.
It's reassuring, therefore, to know that there are people out there that can assist. These people are loss
adjusters. There we go. Now let's crack on.
Assessors.
No.
So what is a loss assessor and
a bastard?
How can they assist you? Well, let's begin by looking at what happens when you make a claim. Usually the first thing you will do is report the circumstances of your loss.
Right, well, I mean, he's not wrong there, is he? First bit of truth in the video. I wasn't expecting to hear some truth early on, but yeah, you're not wrong. When you want to make a claim, you have to report it. You're just stating the shitting obvious.
Once you have done this, your insurance company will appoint their own specialist representative. This person is called a loss adjuster.
Also known as a bloody legend, both in the industry and in the sack.
The loss adjuster is not
your friend,
your representative. They are paid by the insurance company, and it is the insurance company for whom they work.
Yeah, but the insurance company work for the customer, don't they? So, ipso facto, my friend, we are working for the customer as well, the policyholder, aren't we? And if the policyholder ain't happy, who's getting the shit in neck?
A loss assessor is different. The loss assessor works for you, the policyholder, and they have your interests in mind.
Do it for free then. You do it for free.
Not the insurance companies. The loss assessor works to ensure that you receive the settlement to which you are entitled.
Well, you don't, do you? Because you know, if someone gets what they're entitled to, and then they have to give a load of that to you for your commission, then they're not getting what they're entitled to, are they? They're short. They fall short. So that's bollocks, isn't it?
So, do you need a loss assessor?
No, you don't.
If it's a domestic loss, then you may need immediate alternative accommodation. Need access to cash funds in order to replace essentials. And what about the repairs required to your property? How will you control these? Who will be carrying them out? And can you be confident that your insurance company won't simply subcontract the repair out to the lowest bidder?
Of course you're going to go with the most economical quote, ain't you? I don't know, what's insinuated here? The job is to put people back into the situation they were in before. I'm getting triggered here, I'm getting wound up.
After all, your insurance company have appointed their own specialist, so shouldn't you?
No, not really, because that's what you pay your insurance for, isn't it? Why pay twice?
Somebody in your corner working closely with your insurance broker.
It looks like a bloody dark corner.
Whatever your situation, take the opportunity to access a little free independent advice.
No thanks. I think I'm going to move on to the next one. Right, what we're looking at here, it looks like we're looking up into some joists here. I can see a little bit of soot here. Okay, possibly a fire.
It's the shower tray, fire damaged.
Right, he's seen a shower tray that's fire damaged. I don't see a shower tray, mate. If this is the Loss Assessor speaking, he's got bloody X-ray vision. Amazing. It's amazing. That must explain why they can see things that ain't even shit in there to the naked eye.
This is all the associated pipe associated with the shower.
The associated pipe with the associated shower that's associated with the house that's damaged by the associated panel.
It's all melted. All this pipework
All
here
melted.
is fire damage, so it all needs to be changed. The integrity of the pipework.
A Loss Assessor using the word integrity. Oh, bloody ironic, isn't it?
Will almost certainly be affected, as you can see from the timber joists. They're going to need to be changed due to the fire damage. So why are we making this video?
To try and get some, to try and get some business, I imagine. Yeah. Try and spread, and something else at all. You're filming it in portrait mode, mate. Schoolboy error. Shit, brick. What is that? Shit, brick. Look at what is he wearing? What is? I can now. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to clarify. I have not pixelated the screen. That is, he's wearing that. That is the shirt. He's turned up. Bloody Christopher Biggins. What is this? Unbelievable.
So my name, I'm the expert on various shows on ITV, Channel 4, BBC.
He's an expert on various shows, apparently. Various shows. Not going to mention them. He's probably been on Supermarket Sweep. Maybe he was on Crystal Maze back in 1994. He was in the audience on Question Time, raising a question about the UK's pothole crisis. Yeah. Shit, brick. Look at the state of that bloody shirt. How are you supposed to take anything he says bloody seriously, dressed like that?
We want to make a very short video because we get involved
The shorter the better.
in these sort of claims almost every day.
Yeah.
Where someone's had a fire. This is obviously extreme circumstances.
Extreme.
So we've got fire, boilers caught fire, the heat transfer has
Heat
gone
transfer.
through the stud floor.
Using the
stud
lingo.
floors here and just damaged everything and caused considerable damage.
Damage and everything is
the purpose
considerable
of this
damage.
video is what's the difference between a loss adjuster and a loss assessor?
Well, firstly, adjusters wouldn't shit in dress like that.
So in circumstances like this, which would be, obviously I've repeated myself by saying extreme, they'd be very stressful. I mean, certainly extremely stressful.
Stressful for me, see, I mean, that shirt looks shit in distressed.
That you've got insurance, the insurance company will appoint their loss adjuster and he or she would come down.
He or she. I like that. You know, there are lady adjusters. There have been lady adjusters, believe it or not, for the past few years. It was quite a changed industry when the ladies came in. Let me tell you, they are indeed a mighty creature. And they are more deadlier than the male. Sometimes they are more ferocious than the male. Yeah.
Well, that loss adjuster,
Yeah.
he or she,
Yeah.
works for the insurance company. Now, they are supposed to be independent, but in the real
Right.
world, I can tell you that doesn't really always work out.
Bollocks! Absolute bloody bollocks. What is he talking about? Honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, some adjusters do work for insurers. Some insurance companies have their own adjusters these days. But most adjusters work in firms that are, you know, their own firms, and they're appointed like a supplier for the insurer. I don't like the insinuation.
What we would recommend is that
I'd recommend you change your shitting shirt
You speak to us, the advice is always free. Even if it's not a big claim like this, it's just a very small matter, just give us a call. It's completely free, and the advice we give you, we believe, will be truly independent and will be in your interests, not the insurance company interests. But the loss assessor...
The advice you do, mate, is sort your shitting wardrobe out. Get in touch with shitting Gok 1 or whatever, yeah? Have a word, bloody hell.
When appointed, works for you and works directly for you and has your interests at heart and isn't...
They do for free? They do for free, do you?
Working for the insurance company, looking to reduce the claim, looking to reduce the cost of the whole process. So that...
No, I mean, it's just... I mean, again, it's implying like we're bad people. Like we're trying to get out of paying. No. No. You know, can you trust someone's judgment based on looking like that with that shirt on? Right, so before we go on to this, let's just look at the two videos you've had. What would I score them? 1 out of 10 for the first one, because it wasn't even a video, it was nothing. I mean, put a picture up. You're trying to sell your business here, right? I mean, put a bloody picture up, mate. Something. 1 out of 10 for effort there. Number 2, trying to hypnotise you, bedazzle you, confuse you with all the bright colours and that shitting shirt, but it was filmed in portrait mode on a potato, so I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Let's have a look at this one. Music, production, quality. Right up there now, this is better. This is more like it.
You've been unfortunate enough to have suffered an unexpected fire,
invest in your
flood,
marketing,
theft, or other major incident. Then you'll know how quickly you want to get the awful situation behind you and get things back to normal again.
Is he a loss assessor? I reckon I've seen him before somewhere. I've seen him somewhere before, I don't know where. Right, so he's there, he's in his Moss Bros suit, right, and he's got his grey tie on. You know, looks like he's just come out of court, and, you know, he's tucked into the corner of some old shitty office, stuck some filing stuff behind him that looks half empty.
Understandably, your first response might be, my insurance company will take care of it. But that's not...
Right, he's waving that piece of paper like it's... Let's go back, right?
Understandably, your first response might be,
what's he waving
my
at?
insurance company will take care of it.
Right, so I think he's trying to make out like that piece of paper there is maybe an insurance policy or something.
But that's not always the case. In fact, that's not often the case.
Right. They've shown fire, they've shown flood. And now he's making out like, well, it's not the case that insurers will deal with it. What? Fire's a standard peril, right? Unless there's something dodgy going on, right? In which case you will be caught out. And, yeah, God help you. If it's a flood, then, yeah, you're going to be covered for that. Unless that is an exclusion on your policy because you get flooded every year. I mean, and can you blame the insurer for that? And then what were you going to do as a loss assessor? What are you going to do? You know, pull some cover out your ass. What are you going to do?
Your appointed loss adjuster isn't actually working for you.
Here we go.
They're working solely in the interest of the insurance company.
He just throws that piece of paper aside like it's nothing. It's not worth the paper it's shitting written on.
Dealing with the situation yourself can lead to weeks of frustrating phone calls to many different departments and contacts.
Phone the right number then.
When you're simply trying to get things moving so you can get it all put right and get on with your life.
Here we go.
We've been on holiday for about 3 weeks, and when we got home...
3 weeks? 3 weeks? Where were you going on holiday for 3 weeks? Shit, her brick. Go on, love, carry on.
There had been a huge snowfall that had brought the country to a standstill.
Terrible.
But had also frozen everything in our house, including the water tank upstairs, which burst, and we lost every possession we owned. We were one of thousands of insurance claimants, and that's where the problems began. But
one of thousands. Can't help a surge, love.
Heard about them,
Yeah.
had them recommended,
Yeah.
gave them a call, and from that moment on, it's like a cocoon that then looks after you.
Right. A cocoon. A loss assessor is like a cocoon. Let me tell you, If a loss assessor tried to wrap themselves around me like a cocoon, I'd say piss off. The only type of cocoon you want is a Steven Spielberg type of cocoon, where the aliens come down, takes the old people away, teaches them how to play basketball. Yeah? Bloody cocoon. Shit, said Brick. More like a bloody hemorrhoid.
And they just take you through every step of the way.
Yeah.
And we got advised and just told to look for somewhere to live, and they would look after all the paperwork.
Told you to look for somewhere to live, so you had to do the legwork, love. Loss assessor tells you sort it out yourself, right? And I'll just pass the paperwork on. What are you paying them for? What are you paying them for? You do the legwork, love.
And all the official calls.
You need help to take
You need help, mate. Don't tell me I need help. How dare you?
We have
Right, here we go.
had, and you'll hardly believe this, 2 fires at our house. Right? Completely gutted.
2 fires at his house. Completely gutted. 2 fires. 1 fire's bad enough. But he's had 2 fires. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd want to investigate that. Bloody 2 fires.
The house on both occasions. You come home and your house is absolute shambles.
I've seen houses that are bloody shambles without any fire, babe. Some of the shitholes I've been in, and some of the decorating choices. Terrible.
Come in, take over everything, and so and being so professional, right? They take all the stress out of it, and 9 months later,
You've got a child from a rendezvous, an unexpected rendezvous with a strange woman at Toddington service station.
and you've had very little to do with it. You have got a brand new house.
Sounds like a bargain, babe. Sounds like a bargain.
I had a claim
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 years ago. There was a massive flood from upstairs
Right.
that totally wiped out all the section
Terrible.
and ended up into a complete write-off. It was well over 100,000.
Right.
And I don't really know what I would have done with that because they handled everything for me.
Oh.
I didn't have any hassle
Wow.
and got paid far more than I expected to be paid.
Well, I got more than I expected. Probably because they set the bar low anyway. They set your expectations low, so the insurers are going to give you bollocks all, loves. The insurers and the adjusters, they won't give you anything. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. She gets what she's entitled to, which she was probably going to get anyway. And she's like, oh, it's amazing. I got more than I expected. Oh, it's amazing.
We look at all the damage and loss, not just what can be seen.
Stuff that ain't even there.
With a caring professional approach, we have over 200 years combined experience.
I know where he's from now. I think I've seen him in an episode of Casualty.
Over 80% of new cases come from recommendations
Disillusion people.
of previous clients.
Disillusion people.
So have a look at our website for more details.
No, thank you. I think we're going to go on to the next one. Right. What is a loss assessor? And how can we help you? Right.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everybody. Right, okay. So, before we go on to this one, last one, in terms of production, I mean, that was good quality, wasn't it? To be fair, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 in terms of video production. This one, again, filmed on a potato in portrait mode. We have quite an attractive young lady. Hello. And, she's got a piece of paper in front of her with a note written on in Crayola. Right, here we go.
I'm Rebecca here from Loss Assessors.
Right, okay, so she is, she's Irish. Little trick for you. This is what some of them do. People like the Irish, don't they? Why do you think Boyzone or Wastelife were popular? It wasn't because of their music. It's because they're Irish. People like the Irish. The Irish have a certain charm. You got to see through that. You got to see through it. I've had it with Irish loss assessors. And, oh, good man there. Good man. Ah, you're a good crack. So you are. Okay then. Shake me hand, no. I will agree to rebuild the whole house. Even though we've just spilt a pot of paint in the front room, we're going to rebuild the whole house. Can you shake on it? I said, listen here. Listen here. The only thing I'm shaking is my Percy after I've had a piss. I'm shaking it 3 times, and that's it. Talking of piss, you're shitting taking it.
Today I'd like to talk to you about the role of a loss assessor.
Are you sure?
What is a loss assessor? Well, a public loss assessor represents you, the policyholder, and not the insurance company.
Right, read your notes.
So we prepare and negotiate your insurance claim for you in order for you to get the best settlement possible.
Right.
The profit that the insurance company makes is the difference between the premiums paid by you, the policyholders, and obviously then the claims. So, well, the amount that they pay out in claims.
Are you sure about that, love? Are you sure? What is this about profit? Right, so the profit is like the sales less the costs. And then what is this? Is this a GCSE project? What is this? Bloody profit, not The Apprentice, love.
So, obviously the reason that you take out insurance in the first place is to get protection from the likes of fire, flood, burglary.
Well, that don't protect you, does it? It doesn't protect you. Don't stop it from happening, does it?
All that type of thing.
All that
and
type
when a
of thing.
claim does arise, you would expect your insurance company to deal with it in a sympathetic manner.
Here we go.
And that you would be indemnified. In other words, you'd be put back into the same position you were in before the loss occurred. But often the reality is quite different.
Here we go.
The insurance company appoint a loss adjuster.
Bloody legend.
And they deal with the insurance claim on the insurance company's behalf.
Right.
Now, claims assessment can often be quite a grey area.
Anything grey going on here, darling, is what you're talking about. Shit a brick. Spit it out. Come on.
And there's no real science to it. So
there is no science. No science to insurance. You would not see a Christmas lecture about insurance. It's not rocket science, love. Come on.
So when insurers are made aware that you've appointed a professional, i.e. a loss assessor.
I.e. a loss assessor?
It basically changes the whole game.
It changes the whole game. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole game has been changed. Shit's a brick. How many times does a loss adjuster, they're going out to a job, they find out there's a parasitic piss weasel appointed by the disillusioned insurance ignorant, and the adjuster goes, hold on a second, that's just changed the whole shitting game. The game has been changed, ladies and gentlemen. Bloody hell.
It makes it difficult for them to limit your claim. It makes them difficult for them to refuse it because they know that loss assessors fight tooth and nail.
They fight tooth and nail. They fight tooth and nail. You can't refuse a claim. You can't reduce a claim. Because those assessors fight tooth and nail. Let me tell you, the last assessor that tried to get physical with me was a bloke who called himself the bloody Barracuda. And he ended up in a shitting hedge, right? Threw him in a bush. Shit a brick.
So
refer to a note.
What is the benefits of appointing a loss assessor?
Bollocks if I know. Increased costs, increased premiums, and then they take a cut of what you want.
We deal with loss adjusters on a day-to-day basis, so we've mastered the arts of negotiating for you.
Mastered the arts. Mastered the arts of negotiation. You know that art of negotiation? They've mastered it. Oh yes. Mastered the arts of negotiation. Shit's a brick.
You.
Come on, love.
We work on a no-fault, no-fee basis, so basically it's in our best interest to get you exactly what you're entitled to.
Get as much as possible because then you get a bigger cut.
Lastly, when should you appoint a loss assessor?
Never.
Well, the minute that you think that you need to make a claim is when you should appoint us.
Right.
Don't let the insurance company send out their loss adjuster first.
You know why? Because we get out there, we adjust the loss before the assessor goes out there and is able to sprinkle their little fairy dust of bollocks. You know, that skirting board's made out of unicorn horn.
The way in which a claim is prepared
Exaggerated.
and presented
Exaggerated.
is just as important as the way it's negotiated and settled.
Negotiated with mastery, by the way, because I mastered the arts of negotiation.
So, give us a call if you think that you need to make a claim.
No.
Give a loss assessor a call if you think you need to make a claim.
No.
Give us a call. Happy Friday, thanks a million.
Happy Friday, thanks a million. Thank you. I'd say happy Friday if I was down the boozer on my 8th pint of Elven Quest. Hit a brick. Struggling with this. Struggling, this is not easy. I'm going to watch one more.
What?
I'll give that production of that last one. The production of the last one I would give. It's filmed on a potato. Again, so I'll give that one 2 out of 10 as well. But, yeah, I'd give them 7 out of 10 for creative writing. Right, this is the Loss Assessor video. And it's starting up with some cakes. Looks like some kind of wedding cake. You know, 2-tier thing. It's making me hungry. So let's see what this has got to do with anything.
I have an assessor.
God knows.
To get your insurance...
So I don't know what cake has got to do with an assessor. It looks like a shitting advert for the Bake Off. I don't know. And now we've got some female legs jumping over hurdles. I mean, what's that got to do with anything?
company to agree on accepting liability for your claim can be like jumping over hurdles.
Shit, Everett. Right, okay. Right, they've read the script. They thought, right, we've got a few metaphors in there. We're gonna go onto Google Images, and we're gonna throw some of those images up there, you know, to really drive home the metaphor that we're using. Genius, absolutely genius. This is marketing genius. Right, here we go. Right, next up we've got a cake. What's this cake gonna be? Is it gonna be? It's a slice of cake, so is it gonna be about having a bigger slice of the cake, a bigger slice of the pie? Is it gonna be we make it a piece of cake? What's it gonna be? Something along those lines. Here we go.
Then you have to fight over how much of the cake you're entitled to.
I shit in you. It's genius. Amazing marketing here. Brilliant marketing. Clip art, or whatever, not clip art, but definitely Google Images is turned into Bake Off again.
Let Insurance Assessor help with your claim on a no-win, no-fee basis. In other words, you can have your cake and eat it.
Wow. Wow. Genius. I'd give the production on that one. You know, they tried to make it visual. It's short and sharp. It's not really spreading too much bullshit. Use of metaphor, quite creative. I'd give that one 3 out of 10. I'm going to call it there. There you go. If you want me to react to any other videos, let me know on the Facebook. Send me a link to the videos, or, you know, it could be anything. That's going to be insurance related. I don't give a shit, whatever. I'll watch anything and react to anything. I don't know. But, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go have a lie down in a dark room. Yeah. Drink myself into a slumber. Then I'll probably get dressed. And go down the Goose and the Gander for a few beers. Thank you very much. Cheers.